before your feet even touched the floor this morning. It was already there. The worry. Not loud, not dramatic, just present, waiting for you the moment your eyes opened. A quiet list forming in your mind before you even sat up. The things you have to face today, the things that could go wrong, the person you have to deal with, the conversation you're dreading, the bill you haven't figured out yet, the silence from someone you wish would text back. You didn't choose to think about it. It just arrived. Like it always does. Maybe you've gotten so used to this, waking up already tired, already bracing for something, that you almost forgot mornings could feel like anything else. You've been starting your days in defense mode for so long that it feels normal now. Guarding yourself against a day that hasn't even happened yet. You are so used to carrying tomorrow's fears into today that you rarely get to simply arrive in the morning you're actually in. But not this one. Welcome to this quiet space. Before anything else takes hold of you today, before the worry gets to write the story of your morning, I want you to do one simple thing. Just breathe. Slowly. In and out. Let your shoulders drop. Even just a little. You don't have to hold everything up right now. Not here. This is a place where you don't have to perform. You don't have to have it together. You can simply arrive. Just as you are. Tired mind, racing thoughts, heavy chest and all. You are safe here. You don't have to carry this alone. Not for the next little while. For these few quiet minutes, nothing is required of you except to listen, to breathe, and to let something gentler than worry take the first word today. Before we pray, let's take a moment to remember everything that is already a gift in your life. Let's start small, smaller than you think you need to. Thank God for this breath, this one right now, filling your lungs without you even having to ask for it. You didn't earn it. You didn't work for it. It was simply given to you the moment you opened your eyes. And it's still being given. Breath after breath, even in the middle of your worry. Thank Him that your heart is still beating. Quietly. Faithfully. Through every anxious night, through every morning you didn't feel ready to face. It never once stopped working for you. It has carried you through more than you probably give it credit for. Thank God for this new day. Not because it's easy, but because it's yours. A page that hasn't been written yet. No matter how many times worry has told you exactly how this day will go, the truth is, it hasn't happened yet. There is still room, in this day, for something good you didn't expect. Thank Him for the bed you woke up in this morning, for a roof over your head, for warmth, for a body that, tired as it may be, still carried you this far, through everything it's carried you through. Now let's go a little deeper. Thank God for your senses this morning, for eyes that can still see the light coming through the window, for ears that can still hear the sounds of a world still turning, for hands that can still reach for a warm cup, still hold a door, still touch the face of someone you love. So much of this is quiet, ordinary, and easy to overlook. And so much of it is grace. Thank Him for the small comforts you almost walk past without noticing. Warm water on your skin, the quiet of a house before everyone else wakes up, a favorite chair that holds you just right, a blanket that still smells like home. Thank God for the people who love you, even the ones you haven't spoken to in a while, even the ones who show love in quiet, imperfect ways. A phone call you almost didn't answer, a shared meal, a person who checked on you once, briefly, and you never forgot how much it meant. Thank him for the version of you that made it through yesterday, and the day before that, and the 100 anxious mornings before this one. You didn't always feel strong on those mornings, but you were still standing at the end of each one. That is not nothing. That is grace, carrying you, even on the days you couldn't feel it working. Take a moment now, and think of 3 specific things from this past week that were good. Not perfect, just good. A meal that tasted right. A moment that made you laugh without meaning to. A stranger's small kindness you didn't expect. Let them come to mind, one at a time, and simply say, quietly, thank you, thank God, for the very worry you carry this morning. Not because worry is good, but because it means you care. It means you're paying attention to your life, to the people in it, to the things that matter to you. Underneath every anxious thought is a heart that loves deeply and wants things to go well. That heart is a gift, even when it feels heavy to carry. Thank him for the mistakes you survived, for the plans that fell apart. And somehow, life continued anyway. For proof, again and again, that things you were once terrified of eventually became things you simply remember, and sometimes even things you're grateful for now. Thank God for the provision that has quietly followed you your whole life, even when you couldn't see where it was coming from. The rent that got paid one way or another, the meal that appeared when you needed it, the help that showed up right when you had almost given up asking for it. Thank him for unfinished stories that turned out better than your worry predicted. Think, for a moment, of the last thing you were sure would go wrong, and didn't. Or the thing that did go wrong, and you survived it anyway, more capable than you knew you were. Thank God for the growth that came out of your hardest seasons, even the ones you wouldn't choose to relive. The patience you didn't have before, the compassion for others who are struggling now, because you know what struggling feels like, the strength that only showed up because it had to. Thank him for the faith that's still in you, even on mornings like this one. The small, stubborn faith that got you out of bed today, that brought you here, to this quiet moment, instead of letting worry have the whole morning to itself. Thank God for second chances, for the fact that no matter how many mornings started with worry, this one can start differently. Right now, in this very moment, with your hands open instead of clenched, let your gratitude soften the grip that worry has had on your chest. You don't have to force peace. Just notice, for a moment, how much is already good, how much you already have, how far you've already come, even on days you didn't feel like you were moving at all. Thank you, God, for life, for breath, for this day, unopened and full of possibility, for every small thing that quietly holds your world together, even when you forget to notice it. Let this gratitude be the ground you stand on, before worry ever gets to speak first. Thank God for the world outside your window this morning, for a sky that doesn't ask anything of you, for the quiet return of daylight, for the same sun that has never once failed to rise, even on the mornings you couldn't feel it. There is something steady in creation that worry cannot touch. The tide still moves. The birds still sing before they know what today holds. Trees still grow slowly, patiently, without rushing themselves toward some anxious deadline. Thank Him for the freedom you still have today, the freedom to choose in this moment how you will meet what's ahead. Worry tells you that today is already decided, but it isn't. You still get to choose gratitude over dread, patience over panic, presence over fear. One small moment at a time, thank God for the opportunities hidden inside this ordinary day. The chance to be kind to someone who needs it. The chance to do good work. The chance to rest well. The chance to simply be present in a life that is still, despite everything, a gift. Thank Him for the ordinary rhythms that hold your day together without you even thinking about them. The walk to the kitchen, the familiar road to work, the routines that quietly keep your life steady, even on the mornings your mind feels anything but steady. There is comfort in the ordinary, if you let yourself notice it. Thank God for the years already behind you, for how far you've come from who you used to be, for the wisdom gathered slowly, almost invisibly, through seasons you didn't always enjoy living through. You are not the same person who faced your first hard morning. You have grown, even in the waiting. Thank Him, too, for the fact that you don't have to feel grateful perfectly for it to count. Gratitude doesn't require the absence of worry. It only asks you to notice, even in the middle of your fear, that goodness is still here too. Now that your heart is open and grateful, let us bring everything you carry to God in prayer. Lord, we come to you this morning, not with everything figured out, but with everything we carry, laid open before you. You already know what's on my mind before I even say it. You know the worry that greeted me before I was even fully awake. You know the thoughts that circle again and again about things I cannot control. Lord, I bring all of it to you now. Not the polished version, not the version where I pretend I have it together. Just this, exactly as it is. I don't want to carry today alone. There is a weight I've grown used to. A tightness in my chest that shows up before anything has even gone wrong. Lord, I ask you, gently take it from me. Not because I'm weak for feeling it, but because I was never meant to carry it by myself. Peace. Lord, I ask for peace. Not the kind that depends on everything going right today. Not the kind that disappears the moment something unexpected happens. I ask for the peace that stays, even in uncertainty. The peace that doesn't need every answer before it can rest. I confess, Lord, I have rehearsed today's problems 100 times already, and the sun has barely risen. I have imagined conversations that haven't happened. I have prepared for disasters that may never come. Forgive me for living in a day that isn't even real yet, while missing the one that is right in front of me. Help me, Lord, to live today. Only today. Not yesterday's regrets, not tomorrow's fears, just this one day, held gently in your hands. There is a specific worry I carry this morning, Lord. You know it even better than I do. Maybe it's about money not stretching far enough, the numbers that don't quite add up, the bill that's due before the paycheck arrives. Maybe it's a worry about my body, about a symptom I haven't looked into yet, about growing older, about a diagnosis I'm afraid to think too hard about. Maybe it's about someone I love who isn't well, or isn't speaking to me, or isn't who they used to be. Maybe it's about a decision I don't know how to make, or a future I can't quite see, no matter how hard I try to picture it. Whatever it is, I don't have to name it perfectly for you to understand it. You already do. Lord, meet me there, in that exact worry, not with a quick fix, but with your presence. Because what I need most isn't for the problem to disappear this very second. I need to know I'm not facing it alone. I think, Lord, about the worry that follows me into work, into the meeting I'm nervous about, the deadline pressing on me, the fear that I'm not doing enough, that I'll never quite catch up, that everyone around me seems to have it figured out except me. I bring that worry to you now. Steady my hands there. Steady my mind. Let me do what's in front of me without carrying the weight of everything that might happen. Next month, next year, I think about the worry that follows me into my relationships. The fear of saying the wrong thing, of being too much, of not being enough, of being left, of disappointing the people I care about most. Lord, soften that fear. Remind me that I don't have to control how others feel about me in order to be loved by you. Completely, exactly as I am, on my good days and my anxious ones. I think about the worry that follows me into my own body, the tiredness I can't quite explain, the ache I keep ignoring, the fear that something is wrong that I haven't found yet, the quiet dread of appointments I keep putting off. Lord, I release that fear into your hands too. Give me wisdom to care for myself without living in constant alarm. I think about the people I'm responsible for, Lord. Children who look to me for steadiness I don't always feel. A parent growing older, whose needs I don't always know how to meet. A family counting on me in ways that sometimes feel like more than I can carry. Give me strength for that weight, Lord. Not so I can carry it perfectly, but so I can carry it faithfully, one day at a time. Grace, give me grace for myself this morning. Grace for the mornings I couldn't get out of bed with hope. Grace for the times I snapped at someone I loved because worry had worn me thin. Grace for not having it all together, because you never asked me to. Give me grace too, for the years I spent believing I had to earn peace by fixing everything first. Teach me, gently, that peace was never something I had to earn. It was something you were already offering, if I would simply stop long enough to receive it. Forgive me, Lord, for the mornings I compared my life to someone else's highlight reel and let it convince me I was falling behind. Forgive me for measuring my worth by things that were never meant to define it. A bank account, a body, a title, a relationship status, a version of success someone else designed. Free me from that comparison today, and Lord, give me strength. Not the loud, dramatic kind, the quiet kind, the kind that gets you through 1 hour and then the next, the kind that doesn't need to see the whole staircase, just the next step, and then the one after that. I ask you now to help me remember, just as clearly as I remember what could go wrong, everything that could go right today, the kindness I haven't received yet, the good conversation waiting to happen, The small relief I don't know is coming, just around the corner of an ordinary hour. Help my mind hold space for hope, the same way it has made so much space for fear. Help me too, Lord, to release the mistakes of yesterday that I keep replaying, the thing I said that I wish I hadn't, the opportunity I think I missed, the version of myself I wish I had been in that moment. That moment is over. I cannot go back and rewrite it, but I can walk forward from here, carrying its lesson instead of its shame. Rest. I ask for rest, even in the middle of a busy day. Rest in knowing I don't have to control every outcome. Rest in knowing my worth was never dependent on how well today goes. Rest in knowing that you were already in tomorrow before I even started worrying about it. That nothing waiting for me ahead is a surprise to you. Lord, still my mind. When the racing thoughts return today, and they may, let a part of me remember this moment. Let a part of me remember that I prayed, that I breathed, that I was reminded I am not alone. I bring you too, Lord. The worry about money that so often greets me before anything else. The numbers I check first thing in the morning. The fear of not having enough, of falling behind, of one unexpected expense undoing everything I've worked to hold steady. I know you are not distant from this. You have provided before, in ways I didn't always see coming, in ways I sometimes only recognized afterward. Provide again, Lord, and where I cannot see provision yet, give me patience to wait for it without panic. I bring you the worry about my health and the health of the people I love, the appointment I'm avoiding, the symptom I keep explaining away, the fear of what a doctor might say, or the fear of what's already been said and hasn't fully sunk in yet. Lord, you know every part of this body you made. Give me courage to face what needs facing, and peace in the waiting that comes after. I bring you the worry about decisions I haven't made yet, the fork in the road I keep circling instead of walking down, the fear of choosing wrong, the fear of missing the right moment. Lord, quiet the part of me that believes I have to see the whole outcome before I can take the next step. Give me just enough light for today's decision, and trust that you'll give me more light when the next one comes. I bring you the worry about the future. I can't picture clearly where I'll be in a year, in 5 years, whether things will work out the way I hope. I release my grip on needing to know. Help me trust that you are already present in every version of my future, the same way you are present with me right now. Present. There is a particular kind of worry, Lord, that shows up as a racing heart, a shallow breath, a body that feels like it's bracing for impact even when nothing is actually wrong in this moment. I bring you that too. Not just the thoughts, but the way worry lives in my body. Slow my heartbeat, Lord. Loosen what's tight in my chest and my shoulders and my jaw. Let this prayer reach not only my mind, but the very cells of this body that have been holding tension for far too long. And in the quiet after that release, Lord, let me feel, even faintly, that the ground beneath me is steadier than the worry made it seem. I lift up the people I love, Lord, the ones carrying their own quiet worries this morning, just like me. A parent who won't say how tired they really are. A friend pretending everything is fine. A child who doesn't yet have the words for what they're feeling. Wrap your peace around them too. Let them feel, somehow, in a way they can't quite explain, that they are not forgotten either. I lift up the people I've lost touch with, the relationships strained by distance or misunderstanding or simply time. Soften what needs softening there, Lord, in your own time, in your own way. I lift up every person waking up this morning under a weight much heavier than mine, the ones facing loss, illness, fear I can't imagine. Be near to them in a way only you know how to be. Lord, I think too of the version of myself I sometimes wish I could be. The one who never worries, who trusts you perfectly, who wakes up every morning in total peace without a single anxious thought. I release the pressure of trying to become that person overnight. I am not asking you to remove every worry from my life today. I am asking you to walk with me through the worries that remain, so that even in my anxious moments, I am not far from you. Teach me, Lord, that faith is not the absence of worry. It is bringing the worry to you anyway, again and again, as many mornings as it takes, instead of carrying it alone, in silence. Let me learn, slowly, gently, without shame for how long it's taking, to trust you a little more today than I did yesterday. Not perfectly, just a little more. I think of the day ahead of me now, Lord, not as a list of threats to survive, but as a series of small moments you will be present in. The first conversation, the drive, the task I've been avoiding, the meal I'll share with someone I love, the quiet minutes before I sleep tonight. You are already present in every one of them, waiting for me to notice you there. Help me notice you today, Lord, in the middle of the ordinary, in the middle of the busy, in the middle of whatever this day decides to bring. Lord, before I close this prayer, I want to name one more thing. The fear underneath the fear. Not just the worry about today's problems, but the deeper question that so often hides beneath it. Am I going to be all right? Is my life going to turn out okay? Is there really someone watching over the details of a life as small and ordinary as mine? Lord, answer that question for me this morning, not with words, but with presence. Let me feel, even faintly, that I am not forgotten, that my life, ordinary as it may seem some days, is not overlooked by you, that the small worries I carry matter to you precisely because I matter to you. I don't need every answer today. I only need to know that you are here, and you are. You have been, this whole time, even in the mornings I forgot to look for you. So, Lord, I release my grip now on the outcomes I cannot control, on the timeline I wish I could see, on the certainty I keep demanding before I'll allow myself to feel calm. I open my hands. I lay it all down, one worry at a time, the way I'd set down something heavy I've been carrying for far too long: money, health, decisions, relationships, the future, the past, the fear beneath the fear. I lay it all at your feet, Lord, not because I've mastered the art of letting go, but because I trust that your hands are safer for it than mine. Take it, Lord, all of it, and in exchange, give me what only you can give. A peace that doesn't make sense given the circumstances. A calm that isn't dependent on having it all figured out. A quiet confidence that I am cared for, watched over, and never, ever alone. And Lord, I lift up the parts of myself I don't often say out loud. the tired parts, the anxious parts, the parts that feel like they're barely keeping up, the parts that compare themselves to everyone else's calm and wonder what's wrong with me. You see all of it, and you are not disappointed in me. You are not tired of my worry, even though I return with it again and again. You are simply here, steady, patient, waiting for me to hand it over as many times as I need to, for as long as it takes. Peace, Lord. Grace, Lord. Strength for today. Rest for my mind. Help me walk into this day differently than I walked into so many others. Not fearless, but faithful. Not certain of every outcome, but certain of your presence in every one of them. Let me hold today loosely, Lord, the way I'd hold something precious and borrowed, not gripping it so tightly that I miss the good in it. Teach me to notice the difference between a problem that needs my attention today and a fear that's simply borrowing tomorrow's trouble. Help me set the second one down, gently, every time I notice I've picked it back up. Teach me to talk to myself the way you talk to me, Lord, with patience, not punishment, with hope, not judgment. Let the voice in my head this morning sound less like fear and more like grace. Lord, I think of every version of what if that has visited me this morning. What if it doesn't work out? What if I say the wrong thing? What if I'm not ready? What if they leave? What if I fail? So many what ifs, Lord, stacked on top of each other before the day has even properly begun. I hand each one to you now, one at a time. What if it doesn't work out? Lord, you are already there in the version where it doesn't, holding me just as closely as you would in the version where it does. What if I say the wrong thing? Lord, give me grace for my own imperfect words, the way I try to give grace to others for theirs. What if I'm not ready? Lord, you have never once asked me to be ready alone. Readiness was always meant to come from leaning on you, not from having everything prepared in advance. What if they leave? Lord, whatever happens in that relationship, you do not leave. You have never once walked away from me, even on the days I walked away from you. What if I fail? Lord, even failure in your hands has never been wasted. You have used my failures before to teach me things my successes never could. I release too. Lord, the pressure I put on myself to have today figured out by breakfast, to have every plan certain, every outcome predicted, every risk eliminated before I even take the first step outside. That was never how you asked me to live. You asked me to walk by faith, not by certainty. To trust you with the parts I cannot see, not to demand to see them before I'll trust you at all. Help me hold my plans with open hands today, Lord. Willing to adjust, willing to be surprised, willing to trust that even a change of plans is not outside of your care. Even now, as I say these words, I feel something beginning to shift. The grip is loosening. The chest that felt so tight a few minutes ago feels a little lighter. Not because the day's challenges have disappeared, but because I remember now that I don't face them alone. Thank you, Lord, for meeting me exactly where I was this morning. Worried, tired, unsure, and staying with me anyway. Thank you for not asking me to have peace before coming to you, but for giving me peace because I came. And as you rest in these words, hear what God wants to whisper to your heart today. Do not be anxious about anything. That's not a command meant to shame you for the worry you already feel. It's an invitation, a hand extended. Whatever weighs on you today, bring it to God, honestly, in prayer, without pretending you're fine first. And in exchange, He offers something the world cannot manufacture, a peace that doesn't need to understand the whole situation in order to hold you steady inside it. That peace will guard your heart and your mind. Even when your circumstances haven't changed yet, you don't have to solve everything today for that peace to be real. Consider, for a moment, the quiet trust of a bird in flight. It doesn't store up anxious plans for winter while resting in this morning's sun. It doesn't work itself into exhaustion trying to secure a future it cannot see. And yet it is fed. It is cared for. And you, the one this same God watches over, are valued far more than any bird in the sky. If He remembers the sparrow, He has not forgotten you. And think of the wildflowers, blooming and gone within a season, clothed more beautifully than any human effort could arrange. If God dresses a flower that lives only a few days with that much care, how much more will He care for you? Each day carries enough of its own moments without you borrowing tomorrow's troubles and carrying them into today. Today has enough grace allotted for today. Tomorrow will have its own grace when it arrives, not before. You are never meant to live 2 days' worth of worry in the space of one morning. You are allowed to only carry today. Trust in the Lord with your whole heart. And don't lean only on your own limited understanding of how things are supposed to go. In all your ways, acknowledge Him. Even in the uncertain ones, even in the ones you don't have language for yet. And He will make your path clear when the time is right. You don't have to see the whole road, just the step in front of you. Do not fear, for I am with you. Do not be dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you. I will help you. I will hold you up. That promise wasn't written for someone else's hard morning. It was written for yours too. For this exact kind of worry. The quiet, private kind that no one else sees. The kind you smile through in front of other people. Even though you walk through a valley of shadow, of uncertainty, of unanswered questions, you do not walk through it alone. There is a presence beside you that does not flinch at your fear, a comfort walking with you, even in the parts of today you cannot yet see clearly. You will not be overtaken by sudden disaster. You can lie down without fear because your confidence rests somewhere steadier than your circumstances. You will be kept in perfect peace. When your mind stays fixed on the one who does not change, even while everything around you does. Not a peace that depends on your circumstances holding still. A peace that holds still, because it was never resting on circumstances to begin with. Cast all your anxiety on Him, because He genuinely cares for you, not tolerates you, not puts up with your worry. Cares deeply, personally. The same way a parent leans in close when their child is afraid, God leans toward you in this very moment, in this exact worry you're carrying. Give your burdens to the Lord, and He will sustain you. He will never let the one who is faithful to Him be shaken for long. You may feel shaken this morning. That's all right. Shaken is not the same as abandoned. Even now, He is steadying what feels unstable inside you. I sought the Lord, and He answered me. He delivered me from all my fears. Not some of them. All of them. not because the fears never existed, but because they no longer had the final say over that person's heart. The same can be true for you, for He knows the plans He has for you. Plans for good, not for disaster. Plans to give you a future and a hope. The worry you carry today is not the final word over your life. It is a moment, a heavy one maybe, but not the whole story. There is still a future ahead of you that worry cannot see and cannot control, a future being carefully held by hands more capable than yours. Be still and know that He is God. You don't have to fix everything before you can rest. Stillness itself is an act of trust, a way of saying, without words, that you believe someone bigger than your worry is already at work. You have not been given a spirit of fear, but of power and love and a sound mind. The anxious thoughts that visit you were never meant to move in permanently. They can come, and they can go, and they do not define who you are or what your life will become. Be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid or discouraged, for wherever you go, He is with you. Every place today takes you. The meeting, the appointment, the difficult conversation, the ordinary errands. He is already there, waiting for you to arrive. His grace is enough for you. His strength is made complete in your weakness. You don't have to arrive at this day already strong. Your tiredness, your worry, your uncertainty, none of it disqualifies you from His help. If anything, it's exactly the place His strength shows up best. Perfect love casts out fear. The more you come to know how deeply you are loved, the less power fear has to control your mornings. Not because the love removes every hard circumstance, but because it removes the lie that you are facing them unloved and alone. Peace I leave with you. Not the kind the world gives, but a peace that steadies you from the inside, even while everything around you keeps moving. Come to Him, all who are weary and carrying heavy burdens, and He will give you rest. Not someday, not once the burden is gone. Now, in the middle of carrying it. His mercies are new every morning. Great is His faithfulness. Not recycled from yesterday, not running low because of how many times you've needed them before. New. This morning, whatever yesterday held, you are met with fresh mercy, enough for whatever today brings, with more waiting for you tomorrow. If any of you lacks wisdom, you can simply ask God, who gives generously, without finding fault. You don't have to have the answer already. You are allowed to not know. Ask honestly the way you'd ask someone you trusted completely, and trust that wisdom will come in its own time, exactly when you need it. Those who wait on the Lord will renew their strength. They will rise up as if on wings. They will run and not grow weary. They will walk and not grow faint. Notice, it doesn't only promise soaring, it promises walking too. Ordinary, unremarkable walking, one tired step after another, still held up by a strength that isn't your own. And we know that in all things, God works for the good of those who love Him. Not that every single thing that happens is good, but that nothing is wasted. Not the hard seasons, not the waiting, not even this anxious morning. Somehow, in ways you may not see for a long time, it is being folded into something good. The Lord your God is with you. He rejoices over you with gladness. He quiets you with his love. Read that again, slowly. Not tolerates you, not simply watches over you from a distance. Rejoices over you. The way you might light up at the sight of someone you love walking through the door. That is how God meets you this morning, worry and all. You are not forgotten. You are not too anxious for grace to reach you. You are not too tired for God's strength to hold you. You are not too far behind, too uncertain, too unsure of what's next, for Him to walk this day with you. Grace is still reaching for you, even now, even here, even in this ordinary worried morning that looks like so many others, but doesn't have to end the same way. I lift my eyes to the hills. Where does my help come from? My help comes from the Lord, the maker of heaven and earth. He will not let your foot slip. He who watches over you will not slumber. While you sleep, while you worry, while you rush through your morning barely noticing the sky, He does not look away, even for a moment. There is nothing about your day, however ordinary or however hard, that goes unwatched by Him. Even youth grow tired and weary, but those who hope in the Lord will renew their strength. It's all right to admit you're tired. Tired is not the same as failing. Tired is simply the honest condition you bring to God this morning. And He meets tired people, worn people, worried people, with exactly the strength they came looking for. Though outwardly we are wasting away, inwardly we are being renewed day by day. Whatever this season is costing you, the sleep, the energy, the sense of ease you used to carry more easily, something quieter is being rebuilt underneath it, even when you can't feel it happening yet. Be strong and take heart, all you who hope in the Lord. Not the loud kind of strength, not the kind that has no more fear left in it. Just enough strength to take heart, to keep going, gently, one more time, one more morning, trusting that hope is not wasted on you. The Lord is close to the brokenhearted and saves those who are crushed in spirit. If today's worry has left you feeling low, small, or overwhelmed, that is not a place too far for Him to reach. He is not distant from the heaviest parts of your morning. He is close, especially there. Never will I leave you. Never will I forsake you. Not on the mornings you feel strong, and not on the mornings you don't. Not when today goes exactly as planned, and not when it doesn't. That promise was never conditional on how well you were coping. It has simply always been true. So we can say with confidence, I will not be afraid. What can today possibly take from me that isn't already held in hands stronger than my own? That's not a denial of the fear you feel this morning. It's a quiet defiance of it. A decision to keep walking forward even while the fear is still present, because you know who is walking beside you. Let these promises settle into the places worry used to live. Let hope take up a little more room in your chest today. Let peace be the thing you reach for first, not because the day will be easy, but because you are not walking into it alone. Carry these promises with you. And before you go, receive this final blessing. Before you go back to the noise of the day, let this settle over you. One more time. You woke up worried. That's all right. You brought it here, honestly, without pretending. And somewhere between that first anxious thought and this very moment, something shifted, not because the day's challenges have disappeared, but because you remembered you are not facing them alone. May peace, not worry, be the first thing you reach for from now on. May you walk into today carrying gratitude instead of dread. May the weight that greeted you this morning grow lighter with every step you take. And when worry returns, because some days it will, may you remember this moment, this breath, this quiet reminder that grace is already ahead of you in this day. Waiting, may your mind grow quieter than it was an hour ago. May your shoulders sit a little lower. May you move through today with the steady, unhurried confidence of someone who knows they are being carried, even on the ordinary days, even on the hard ones, even on the ones that look like every other worried morning you've had. May the people you meet today feel a little more of that peace, simply because you carried some of it with you. May your patience stretch further than it usually does. May your voice be gentler than the worry inside you feels. May this morning's peace still be with you at noon, when the day gets loud and demanding. May it still be with you in the afternoon, when tiredness usually invites the worry back in. And may it still be with you tonight, when you lie down again, not with a heavier heart than you woke up with, but a lighter one, because today you handed your worry to someone who could actually carry it. And if today doesn't go the way you hoped, if the worry you brought here turns out to be about something real, something that doesn't resolve neatly by evening, may you still remember this moment. May you still remember that you are not walking through it alone, that grace does not disappear just because the day gets hard, that God's presence was never dependent on your circumstances being easy. Carry this with you into every room you enter today. Carry it into the hard conversation, the busy schedule, the quiet moments in between. You are not the same person who woke up worried this morning. You are a little steadier now, a little lighter, a little more certain that grace goes with you, wherever today leads. Whatever today holds, beloved, you are held first, you are loved, you are not forgotten, you are not alone in what you carry. Go gently into today, not because everything is certain, but because you are held, regardless of what today brings. If these words brought you a little peace this morning, stay close. Grace meets you here every day. Subscribe and come back tomorrow for another quiet moment before the world asks anything of you. Rest now, beloved. Grace will meet you again at dawn.